Hello, in this video I'm going to argue that our family car, our Hyundai IONIQ Electric, fully battery electric vehicle, is still relevant in 2019 in spite of the range of options that are coming out and things on the horizon in the UK and worldwide for electric cars. Now, I've made some videos recently about our IONIQ that may seem to be criticism or, have some sort of negative undertones to them concerning, range or comfort zone with trips and range anxiety in electric cars and affordability and, comparing or thinking ahead to more expensive cars like the Tesla Model 3, which I'm, in the process of trying to get a test drive of in mainland Europe. Now, this isn't to be taken as criticism that I think the IONIQ is not a great car, that I'm not happy with our car. I am, and what I'm going to do in this video is talk a little bit about why I think it is still a relevant electric car in 2019, over some footage I've shot with a new camera, testing that out, to show sort of typical journeys and that the IONIQ is really good at covering my kind of daily needs and the typical kind of trips that I do. So I'll show you that and you'll see some typical UK roads and areas as well. So yeah, I'm going to do that in this video. Okay, so the first thing to note is that I was fiddling with the new camera and I set it to 30 times sort of time-lapse, hyperlapse. So yeah, if you've ever wondered what it's like to drive 900 miles an hour through the countryside or about 2,000 miles an hour on a highway or motorway, freeway, I've got you covered. But yeah, so beyond that, the reason why I wanted to kind of make this video to say that the IONIQ is still relevant in 2019 is it still covers pretty much more or less all the journeys that I want to make in one charge as well, most of the time. So later on in the video here, I'm covering what used to be kind of part of my commute to work and back. And I was about some 30 miles, 50 kilometers from where I worked. And I found it, challenging to do that in our old electric car, the Nissan Leaf, in one charge. In the summer sometimes, but because it's sort of downhill to work and uphill back from work, I struggled. Whereas the IONIQ always did it, absolutely no bother. And here I'm going to see a friend who's it's about a 74-mile round trip, so about a 120 kilometer round trip. And as you can see here, I'm not sort of holding back on the speed. I'm doing 70 miles an hour wherever the conditions and our wonderful kind of variable speed limit things. Oh, hang on. Yeah, spotted an IONIQ on the way there. So yeah, bonus points, although it was the hybrid, not the electric. So yeah, as I say, I'm sort of doing the full legal speed limit here of 70 miles an hour. We're permitted, except for where these kind of variable speed limit things come in and out to adjust the traffic flow. And I'm going to make this 74-mile round trip, 120 kilometers, which is downhill to my friend's house and uphill back. So my friend, I don't want to show where he lives, so that's why some of the GPS sat-nav is blurred out later. Yeah, absolutely no bother at all, without thinking about it, any time of the year, pretty much any weather conditions and any use of aircon and heating. I can make this journey without even worrying about it. I made the same journey in a Nissan Leaf some years back, and I basically had to charge at work, and I was worried about getting back with enough charge. Now, even though the distance is not that far, it's just the kind of, the motorway speeds and the difference between going downhill to there and coming uphill back made it very unpredictable and a bit, bit of a worry. Whereas in the IONIQ, I just find it's absolutely fine. Now, the same holds true for most of the places I have to go these days. And, it kind of transports my family around in perfect comfort. So even though it doesn't have the kind of, 200, 250 mile, 300, 400 kilometer range of the kind of models that are not easy to get at all by any means. Oh, hang on, another IONIQ here. Yeah, the black one at the traffic lights. Yeah, even though they're not particularly easy to get, things like the Hyundai Kona and, the Kia e-Niro, and then there's other models like the Audi e-tron and, the Porsche Taycan and things coming out. At the price level that the IONIQ is, I'm still very happy with it. I can use it on a daily basis for all my kind of trips that I need to do. For the occasional longer trips to see parents and things, it's a bit of a faff, as I've shown in earlier videos, with the condition of the UK CCS network, although, there's more options coming up for that, so it's not such an issue now. So yeah, it's still, you kind of get the sense here that I'm kind of, enjoying the drive. It's very easy to adjust to these kind of variable speed limits. The regen on the car means, you barely touch the brakes. You're driving on one pedal sometime. That's one of the reasons for getting this second camera. I'm going to do a nice video where I show the pedals while I'm driving very soon to kind of show what the one pedal driving in an EV looks like, because people talk about it, but they don't necessarily show it. And yeah, it's just, again, 70 miles an hour here, something I wouldn't have done in the Leaf very comfortably because this is an uphill stretch, returning back sort of homeward. And just no bother whatsoever, I decided to stop to, get food on the way back, so I stopped the recording there. And, this was a 74-mile, 120 kilometer round trip, and I came back with 56% state of charge. And, I started off, it was about 2 to 6 degrees early in the morning. It went up to about 12 and it was back down to about 5. And this is the trip here. It recorded the two legs separately, 37 miles, 37 miles. The outbound, because it's downhill and I didn't use air conditioning, was 6.4 miles per kilowatt hour. And then the return one, where I had to use a little bit of heating on the back, was 5.1. And another trip there, 84 miles, 5.5 miles per kilowatt hour. So just, it's got fabulous efficiency, the IONIQ. So I hope you've enjoyed that little overview of why I think the IONIQ is still relevant in 2019. I don't know how much longer we'll have it for circumstances kind of beyond my control to do with work. But yeah, still a great car, still enjoy driving it. And soon I'll try and do a kind of, long-term owner review wrap up on all the different issues and positives and downsides with it. And yeah, in the meantime, thanks for watching and please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me, and bye for now.